Welcome to the Keep It 111 podcast with your hosts, the Mayor, B.Long and Tina Turntables, where they give their unfiltered opinions on everything from pop culture, music, and events all over the Palm Springs area. They don't just keep it 100 with you, they keep it 111.
I'm mounting my horse. What could go wrong? Giddy up there, cowboy. Yes. Welcome to another episode, another installment, another edition of Keeping 111 the podcast. I'm your host, B.Long and Tina, not the first, not the third.
I am the Mayor.
And I am Tina Turntables.
Ooh. And I don't know what to do with my hands.
And as you see, you may notice that we're in a new set today.
This is Keeping 111 Studios.
Mm-hmm. Right?
Yeah, it is. You think you recognize it? You don't. We just built it from scratch.
Yes. Big shout out to the Mayor. He is our technical man on set, making it happen. Seriously.
Which means that it almost doesn't happen every time.
But teamwork makes the dream work. So it's been an honor seeing you work and, getting this all together.
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot that goes behind the scenes, and we couldn't thank you enough with the Mayor. And shout out to y'all, man. Shout out to y'all. I miss y'all. We got a lot to talk about, okay? First of all, it is hot as hell out here. It is about 100. Look, when we say keep it 111, we might as well just, 111, it's 111 degrees out right now at Palm Springs.
Insane. And I think a couple of weeks ago, it hit the record of 124.
Yeah,
it hasn't been that hot since 1922. So we are in times. I don't know if that's because of global warming but yeah, definitely feeling the heat. How do you guys cope?
I just don't go outside. It's so hot. You don't want to get into your car. You don't want to touch the steering wheel. You don't want to shift gears. You don't want to put your seatbelt on. God forbid you have leather seats. Oh my God. It's that hot. I don't really know. I mean, you just stay inside until it gets dark.
I mean, you do know it's crazy when your seatbelt is burning you. It ain't even leather, fabric is burning.
See, when I first moved down there, I had a black car with black leather seats, and I had a girlfriend at the time, and she got in the car, sat down, and me not knowing any different, didn't have tinted windows, that came down here from the Bay Area. And she sits down, burns the back of her leg. She had blisters on the back of her legs. I learned the hard way that is not a thing. Yeah, that you have to. That shade is everything.
And every season, I'm used to my chapsticks, my lipsticks melting.
Yeah,
but
you unloaded the car. I'm not unloaded the car.
Right, and then my credit card melted. This was a new one.
Hold on, what? What was it?
My credit card.
Your credit card.
It literally warped out of the heat. And I was like,
and you pipe it that much, Tina?
Yeah.
No, seriously, it warped.
It did. And then it's kind of a trip because I wish the parking lots out here all had shade. And it's kind of weird that a lot of them don't. It
was so hot out here one day that my backup camera and my front camera on my car malfunctioned. It was just error, and I had to Google it. What is it? It's just your car is melting.
And that's the thing with technology, because I DJ, a lot of people don't realize that, okay, so I'm getting hit up a lot more for pool parties because it's summertime, but pool parties are outside in the hottest time of day. I got people calling me yeah, I want you to start DJing at 5 o'clock. So I come there at 4. And literally, it's the hottest time of the day. And last week, 117 outside. And that's the thing. I can last in the heat if I have to. I'll sweat, all these things. But my equipment, my thousands of dollars of equipment, it cannot handle. I actually did a party using someone else's speakers, and literally the speaker concaved into itself and melted. I mean, it was a cheap speaker, but... Yeah,
we had a studio at our old studio. The air conditioning went out, and it burned out our board, our whole.
That's great.
Yeah. So
yeah, man. I mean, these expensive pieces of equipment definitely need to be in cooler temperatures. That's why when you go to a studio like this, it's all cool. It's
and your vape pen.
And then so it's like,
Your vape pen will explode.
I've lost a few.
yeah, it's dangerous.
Just leaks
Yeah,
out.
before I moved here, I literally saw that it was like 118 degrees. I was like, there's no way. Like, it's not actually going to be that hot. It literally is that hot, and it's, I don't know. I mean, it might want to be one of my last summers.
Right? And I feel like the way to really handle the summer is if you're going to live out in the valley, have vacations during the summer. Get out of here so you can be spoiled like the Canadians or the snowbirds that come through here on the best times of the season because it is paradise. But I feel like I really earn the paradise when I stay through the summers. But yeah, I've been completely nocturnal. I don't like if I can, I'll wake up when the sun has set and then I'll enjoy the night. But sometimes it's kind of crazy when the sun is down and it's still 100, like triple digit weather at night.
Yeah.
It's like, where's this heat coming from? And it's like something about the cooking asphalt that comes back at you.
It's ridiculous.
You can literally cook food in your car.
Right? Who needs an oven?
I'm good.
Right? We live in
I'm good. No, thank you. I like to barbecue, but that's not it.
and I love the spa, so it's like a free sauna, you know? So
It's a very positive way to look at it.
people pay money for this type of heat.
Because I literally saw a bird fly by and burst into flames the other day.
I thought that was the air fryer.
I mean, obviously, you got to stay hydrated, right? And we want everybody out there to stay hydrated in this heat because it is ridiculous. And just make sure that you, like you said,
Air conditioning.
air conditioning.
Yeah.
Air conditioning.
And really, I feel like the desert should have like a government like break as far as like on taxes. Like, oh, you live here during the summer? We're going to give you money for your AC.
We should get
bill.
coupons.
Yeah.
Yeah. 'Cause I don't know how your guys' AC bill is, but
me
it's like, I don't even have a pool, and it's like upwards of $700 for 1 month.
Mine's meant to be 700, and I keep it hot during the day too, like unpleasantly hot. Last year, I had an $1,100 one, and the rates have gone up 20%.
At $1,100.
Yeah,
Wow.
because they say keep it at 80. That's like the optimum. Keep it at 80, and that's like I'm like that's not the optimum for my wallet.
I don't know.
So.
All right. Well, yeah, I mean, so it is definitely very hot out here. We appreciate y'all for tapping in. This is, once again, Keeping One Another podcast, very long. The Censori, the Mayor, and Tina Turntables. Now, we have some serious things that I need to talk about, guys. I mean, we don't really want to talk too deep into politics. Let's not dive too deep. But at the end of the day, these are developments that have happened that are necessary to talk about. Joe Biden has officially dropped out of the race. Now, there were clamors coming from the Democratic Party that this man is too old. We've all seen it. We saw what happened at the debate. We've seen him fall asleep in public appearances. We've seen him, have those little pause Mitch McConnell moments where he doesn't know where he's at and he's got to come back to. And we knew that this man, there was something cognitive going on, right? This is clearly not just a man getting older. This is something that, I'm not a doctor, so I can't diagnose this man, but clearly there's something else going on, whether it be dementia, Alzheimer's, something going on. So the Democrat Party started to one by one fall in line, and they all said, hey, we're going to get rid of Joe Biden. We want Joe Biden to step down. Joe Biden, if he didn't step his ass down, they were going to pull his ass down. Because they were already plotting on trying to have an open election.
I think they should have replaced Joe Biden with Joe Budden.
Oh, Lord.
That's close enough. I think it's close. I think it's close enough, and nobody noticed.
Biden Harris? Oh, 24?
Exactly.
I mean, so now Joe Biden effectively steps down, and he now passes off the candidacy to Kamala Harris, and Vice President Kamala Harris out of your Bay Area.
I mean, no, she's not out of my Bay Area. She's out of the Bay Area, but she's not out of my Bay Area. We don't claim her.
It's her, Donald Trump.
Well, I thought it was interesting how he got out because it wasn't kind of an official announcement like it usually is.
Mm-hmm.
Like not like a lot of his team was surprised when the word came out. They're like, "Oh, I guess this is what we're doing," and then the disappearance for 5 days.
The COVID.
Yeah, COVID.
Yeah, COVID.
Mm-hmm.
That's rough.
Convenient COVID.
Yeah, it seems like, I mean, I know COVID is still around, and of course, with the whole couple years that we had of COVID, I think that took a lot more away from Biden. Because when I was looking at like reels of how he was in 2012 to now, the difference is crazy. I actually forgot that Joe Biden used to have a personality.
He deteriorated fast.
He went from Uncle Joe to crazy Uncle Joe.
Really, like he needs to just go home, be a grandpa, like
Just sit your ass down, bro. Like, just go sit down somewhere.
And that's the thing, age affects everybody differently, but the fact that Trump is only 4 years older, the cognitive difference is still contrasting.
It's
night and day.
If they have a law that says that you have to be a certain age to be president, they should absolutely have one that says there's a certain age you should not be president.
Yeah.
You know, I just think at some point everyone loses touch with the mainstream and stuff like that. And I'm just thinking 82 might be the time.
Kind of like the way they send your license away when you get too old and you don't have some stuff going on. Like, yeah.
Let me add this. My godmother, she stopped driving at 99.
Oh, snap.
She was,
Wow.
yeah, she was about it.
She lived to 99. I mean, much less.
But that, like I said, age affects everybody differently. So, yeah. But with Kamala, how do y'all feel about that?
I mean,
I just think that whoever that should be in that position should be by choice, not like he had to be nominated and then she just slid in.
Well, I believe the DNC nominated her.
Yeah,
officially.
But I mean,
and that's the thing.
She didn't go through the convention or anything, or you know what I mean? Like,
well, after she was nominated, like you can definitely say that.
Mm-hmm.
You definitely focus on that. But also, I find it interesting that she got over $100 million.
It's like the first day
endorsements, and the people were making the difference between the types of donors. These were like little donors all added up. So there's a lot of people supporting.
I think it's very interesting because last time she ran, she had so little support.
Yeah.
I mean, like a historically low amount of support. Like,
yeah.
And then now she's like, they're like, oh, well, forget about that. She's going in.
Her team is doing work. I don't know how many Gen X people, well, Gen Z people that she has, but the memes, I've been fully appreciative of. It just,
I mean, you didn't fall out of a coconut tree.
Yeah, they're going to take some digs at her, and she's going to take some digs back. At least she's going to be able to hold her own. And that's the only thing. It's like, and now that the Democrats had a chance. I don't consider myself a Democrat or Republican. I consider myself an independent voter. It's a human being. I made up my mind based on what I see from both. And at the end of the day, man, it's gonna be interesting to see how that state plays out.
But in a society now where the clips are more important than like the actual speeches, the clips between Kamala Harris and Trump are going to be rough.
I love it.
Well, she came out and she said, I've dealt with perpetrators, blah, blah, blah. I mean, I've dealt with criminals. I've dealt with cheats and get over on everybody. I've dealt with predators. So I think it's safe to say, I know Donald Trump's fighting.
No.
I was like, oh, Lord. She done got turned into a black mama on him. Oh, my God.
I mean, they keep on saying the prosecutor against the convicted felon.
I'm not sure how I feel about that.
And he's going to have some zingers for her, too, man. This state is going to go back.
Well, the cool part is he's not going to be able to not just, like, trash her. You know, he's doing really well right now of like keeping it like reeled in and like, you know, staying in his lane.
Oh, it's my butt, man.
There's only so long he's going to be able to hold it.
It's about to get nasty.
It's like a toddler, you know, like when they're being really good, but you know that they get tired and they start running around and breaking stuff. Like he's going to go into the tired breaking stuff phase soon. There's no way.
Yeah, but
it's definitely not going to get nasty.
And I do like, because when I know she's black, she's Indian. I thought about race a lot when Obama was in office and everything, but when it comes to Kamala, I think less about race, and I kind of like that there's a woman finally getting up the ranks, because at the end of the day, with Roe versus Wade being thrown out, I love it because she was at this court case. I'm not sure where it was, but she literally asked the guy, what laws are talking about men's body autonomy? And the guy couldn't name any. because there aren't.
Right.
And the fact that there are just talking about the women, it's like, what are we doing here?
Well,
This is the equality that we're talking.
She checks my boxes. She, woman, black woman, progressive kind of, sort of, but then in other ways she kind of a little off-putting. But that's a good question for you guys. Okay, so if you don't love either candidate, what do you base your vote on? Is it the lesser of two evils, or is it somebody who stands on certain things, or what?
When you were looking at Donald Trump and Joe Biden, it's like, which one do you want? Stupid or not? Stupid or not? Like, really, like, I mean, but if you don't have an affiliation, or you don't really, you don't know who you go for, what do you base it off of? I mean, I guess you base it off
like who you dislike less, or someone who has like some things that you agree on.
Yeah, I definitely. Yeah, I think you got to write a pros and cons list, and
Con, like no pun intended,
right?
Isn't it crazy though that my man can get convicted of 34 guns and still he can't vote for president, but he can still run for president? Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
You gotta love America.
Welcome to America.
And you know what? It's gonna be a close race down to the bottom, and it's gonna be interesting. But let's shift our focus a little bit on another serious news, and then we'll get to the fun stuff. We got some fun stuff coming up here, so that y'all stay with us. But yeah, Sonia Bashi is a black woman who called the police, and this is a scenario in which she calls the police. She's, in her house. She thinks that she's paranoid schizophrenic, okay? She's been diagnosed as paranoid schizophrenic. She thinks there's somebody outside, an intruder or somebody lurking outside. She calls the police. The police show up. They go and they check and make sure that, there's no intruder. So they say, okay, we're good. We're gonna leave. But before we do, let us get your ID. She goes into the house, can't find her ID, and the police follow her inside her house. Then she also has a boiling pot of hot water on the stove. The police ask her kindly to go turn that off. She goes and picks it up. Some kind of banter back and forth between them. Basically, the dialogue is something like he said, "Oh, don't you hit me with that water." And she goes, "I rebuke you in the name of Jesus." And for anybody who knows, that just basically means whatever you're saying, you start saying it anyway. She picked up the boiling pot of hot water, turns around, and the cop shoots it right in the face.
But I also want to put more detail on that situation, because the fact after he told her, take that water off the stove, literally it's a slow motion, and basically she's putting the pot in the sink. And then literally after she says I rebuke you, it's interesting because it's almost like she had discernment and saw the demon low key, because it felt like the cop got really offended by that.
Yeah.
But what I'm trying to say is, by the time that the boiling pot was put down in the sink, her hands were up with two mittens doing this. And she's like, I was just joking. Please, please. And that is when he executed her in the kitchen.
Yeah, I think he, I don't want to go as far as to say I think he wanted to kill her, but I think that he instigated it to the point he escalated the situation.
Well, it started at the front door. He was already giving her attitude and at the front door. And he was, and that's the thing, he had his camera off. And ladies and gentlemen, this man is reported to go through at least 12 departments. So he was actually had a lot of trouble on his record.
Yeah.
Plus, his camera was off. The only reason why we got video was because his partner captured it. And the sadness is that shot wasn't an ending shot. She was still alive.
Yeah.
And they were like, it would just...
Then they didn't want to render aid.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I think that, I think this is not too controversial, but I do not think police officers in any way, shape, or form are qualified to deal with people who have mental health issues. They do not have the training for it. They do not have the tools for it. And the other thing is, anytime they feel scared or threatened, they can just kill you.
Yeah.
And the chances of someone who's mentally ill making a mistake in that situation are high. I think that they should have social workers for that situation.
And it's just, and that was a new detail for me as far as with her mental history. But the thing is that mental history or not, this woman was in her muumuu in her kitchen. She's a mother of 2 kids.
You should not be allowed to kill somebody over
And
nothing, essentially.
hear the plain, like what he got though?
Well,
As far he got sentenced for the use of deadly force, like 25 years to life. I'm messing up the facts. I know I am, but he did get convicted and everything for it.
Oh, you did? I thought
just legit.
He got convicted. Yeah.
So
we'll fact check that.
Yeah.
yeah, and Donovan came swiftly as far as everything's concerned, and Benjamin Crump is always he's like the new Johnny Cochran. Every time somebody black gets shot or does something something wrong happens to them, Benjamin Crump is when you see anything, it's legit. It's legit, and somebody's hard to get paid. But yeah, man, that is unfortunate.
Well, yeah.
Being a police officer out there is one of the toughest jobs, and it is, it's scary. You don't know, the next person you pull over could be a fugitive, that's going to shoot you. But that's why it's incredibly important that we have responsible people in positions of power.
As somebody who's personally been in her situation and had a police officer not do the right thing, I can just say that they're not qualified to deal with that. They don't have the training for it, and a lot of them don't have the personalities for it either. They need to be. There needs to be more training when it comes to mental health issues, for sure.
Does your chair go up?
No, I was thinking the same thing. I'm looking at it. It's like going down at
It's going down,
and I'm watching myself go down. Yes.
Switch.
There. I'm like literally watching myself sink as the episode goes on.
Wait a minute.
I was sitting here looking at it like, man, you want to think I'm tall, and they're thinking he's short. It's really the opposite way. Opposite. All right. I need like one of those booster shit. I need like a booster seat.
Yeah.
Like, boy, she's making a booster over there. No. The air was literally melting. And I'm watching it the whole time, and I was like, damn. And then I was like, am my skin going down? I'm glad you called that out to you.
I love it.
Because he looked like he was a quicksand.
Yeah.
Exactly. I was. I was shrinking away from the subject.
All right, now this is Keeping 111. I'm your host, B.Long II. Not the first, not the third. The Mayor and Tina Turntables, and we are Keeping 111. We are live, coming to you from Palm Desert, and we are at a building called the Syndicate. We are so thankful to be here. I like to think of it as Keeping 111 Studios.
Right.
Man, let's get into some fun news, y'all. Okay, this is I don't know if this is really fun for Scottie Pippen, because anytime his wife is brought up, it's just terrible. But Larsa Pippen, who was the former wife of Scottie Pippen, they had 3 kids together. She, of course, has been dating Marcus Jordan, who was Michael Jordan's son, right? So that's a weird situation right there. She's 50, he's 33. And I mean, first of all, what are y'all thoughts on them dating? They've officially broken up, but what are y'all thoughts on them dating? Period. Point blank. Period. From me.
Well, if you're saying that Scottie Pippen.
So Scottie Pippen. No.
Scottie Pippen's.
Oh, you said 33 for.
Scottie Pippen's ex-wife is 50, and she's dating Michael Jordan's son, who's 33.
And Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen were teammates. So they were teammates for a long time, and then now his ex-wife is dating his teammate's son.
Yeah, like he probably was at the facility when he was a kid. He probably had cookouts, and Larsa and Michael Jordan, took his family over to a cookout at Scottie Pippen's house, and she probably saw the little boy. She probably fished a hamburger.
She did, 100%.
It sounds like
That's Auntie Larsa.
right.
Isn't it grooming?
She's living her best life. I don't know.
Is it?
I mean, he's 33.
Is it grooming though?
He's 33.
Does it fall in
yeah.
the grooming category?
She knew him when he was 3. That's what I'm saying. She knew him when he was 3. Is that any different this week?
I think there's definitely a double standard.
It's rough. I mean, yeah.
There's definitely a double standard. I gotta say it's right or wrong, but there's definitely a double standard because it would be looked at definitely different if it was.
Yeah, I mean, but that's the thing. Larsa Pippen looks good. Like learning that she's 50, I'm like, okay.
She's out there having a good time. I guess she's not hurt nobody. So
This is not her first rodeo. She's dated a few young guys. She dated Malik. Forget his last name, Malik, but not Malik Monk. It'll come to me.
And Future.
Yeah, she dated Future.
But you can't really say she dated Future.
Well, he's
I'm like, I don't know if Future dates.
and then told everybody that she's for the streets. Oh man, Larsa Pippen has been out there.
I mean, she's not doing anything different from the men in Hollywood and sports already do. That's why I was asking how old is Scotty. Scotty's older than I know. He's older than.
Scotty's got to be 60.
Let me go. Moves.
Scotty's got to be 60.
Yeah.
I mean, if she's 50, I think she was younger than he is.
Yeah.
Michael Jordan has got to be late 50s.
Scotty is 58.
Okay. All right.
Okay,
That's cute.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah, it's cute. It's cute. I mean, that's not a big thing of an age gap.
Yeah.
She's 17 years age gap difference with this guy. What do y'all think about that? Like, age gap. Would you date somebody 17 years, your senior or your junior?
That's well. You know what? My parents, my stepfather and my mother, her first husband, they had 17 years between them.
Okay.
Yeah. So I mean, but that's the thing. With my stepfather, he always looked 20 years younger than his age. But then I also want to bring into the fact that people mature at different ages.
For sure.
But I don't know how that works with the older women into men. But I mean, what is it?
It's a sugar mom.
I think.
Yeah.
I think whatever makes them happy.
Consenting adults, you know.
I've been in relationships with people my age, and I've been in relationships with people, not my age, and I think it's kind of comes down to whatever makes you happy. If it's healthy and it makes you happy, I say go for it.
I mean, so
within reason.
So Michael Jordan's son, he's 33, and then I'm thinking about like people like Leonardo DiCaprio who likes his 25 cutoff.
20. Yeah, I was gonna say he's what 21 to 24.
Shout out to Leo. Shout out to Leo. Keeping it fresh.
Hey? So allegedly, I heard that he was in love with Kate. Is it Kate Winslet?
Mm-hmm.
Is it Winslet?
Winslet.
It's one of the Kates.
One of the ways.
The one that he
Titanic.
Titanic with and stuff. And they say like that's the one that got away. And now he has this forever wound.
Oh, I'm gonna use that. I'm gonna use that when people ask me why I'm dating, I'm be like because the one got away.
Yeah.
and I have a forever wound.
Filling that void. I mean, it's no problem when a guy like I said, my idol Larry King was
Larry.
He was in his late 70s dating a little young, PYT.
Frank Sinatra.
Frank Sinatra did it.
I mean, it was cool. He was like 50 and she was 20.
Yeah.
Frank did it. Good slide.
Is it Ava Gardner? Who was? I don't know.
And then Hugh Hefner. Hugh Hefner did it.
Oh,
He did it over and over and over.
He was a habitual line stepper.
I have a fun fact.
Mm-hmm.
My grandfather was Hugh Hefner's personal chef.
What?
For 25 years almost. So he started, because he's from Chicago, so he started in Chicago and he brought him over.
The Playboy Mansion on the original.
Yeah.
Are you hiding like the steak?
Well,
I think it might get raw.
Well, there was a couple times where my mom would help, so when they'd have big events, she would dress up in the bunny outfit to serve and stuff. And I'm always trying to ask, like, Grandpa, tell me something, But he always keeps a tight wrap on it, but I know he's seen some things. But
yeah, that was from the
NDAs.
He like
I cannot heard like way back.
Well, the Chicago one? The Chicago one's right downtown Chicago. I was like,
Yeah.
They know Chicago ones?
that's where it started. Yeah.
What?
And then it
Yeah.
came out, and then the Playboy Mansion out here. But he, I wonder what what like his favorite food was, or something that he liked. Can I tell you anything?
You know what? It's been a long time since we talked about it, but it was something mundane. He liked the same thing.
He liked veal because it was young.
Yeah.
My bad, Hugh.
Yo, I mean, just
R.I.P.
the stories that I've heard about people going to the Playboy Mansion. I mean, obviously, in recent years, it kind of like dwindled down, and it was, it was not the same. But like back in the day,
Did you see the Netflix?
cocaine era, it was crazy for that.
Did you see the Netflix series? Because you have all these Playboy bunnies coming out now, about saying all the fuckery, I guess you could say, that went on, and how, like, you had, remember the Girls Next Door, the show? Well, they were saying how Kendra was low-key a groomer, and she would go out, find these young girls and get them in the place of it. Just a very adult version of Epstein.
I was just thinking that Epstein, except
I didn't hear that.
except for he had better pajamas.
Yeah, better pajamas.
Yeah, I mean, when you go,
Oh, for sure, without a doubt.
Just for the experience, the wardrobe.
Head first into the grotto. Head first. I'm all in. What do you mean? Yeah, no.
Right?
I'm with all the shenanigans.
All right, so how do we feel about the age gap thing, man? Let's once and for all. How do we feel about this? Is it okay for a 50-year-old lady to be dating 25-year-old?
I mean, look at Cher too. She living her best life.
Cher is a sugar mama.
She right now, she's got, I think they're engaged. Like, I think her man,
Tiger's manager. Hey.
I think he's only like 32. Okay, yeah.
And they've been seeing each other for like 4 years. He was younger than that.
Now Tiger was a little bit older. I want to say he was about 25 when he started looking at Kylie.
Well, they met when she was 16.
Yeah.
He was he said something online where he was like, well, I can scout talent. I can see it coming. It would sound a little.
I'm all one
but-
person's talent scouting is another person's grooming.
So it got me thinking, okay, like, because it's a younger age, it's one thing, but like, it got me thinking about this scenario, okay? A ninth grade girl, okay, stays senior in high school.
I'm looking at that senior weird.
Straight up.
What you doing, bro? What are you doing?
Yeah. I think
Talking about FaceTime, bro. Talking about FaceTime, before you about to get FaceTime.
Yeah,
As soon as you turn 18, not okay.
I think as you get older, I think the acceptable age gap gets larger.
Yeah.
You know, if somebody's
100%.
25 and they want to date a 50-year-old, I think it's acceptable.
Yeah.
If somebody is 18 and they want to date a 45-year-old, not acceptable.
I like low-key, I love it when I hear when they're in their 30s and then however older the person is.
Yeah.
Because, like, we're still developing. Some of the decisions I made around 25 are so life-defining and, but age-ridden, you know?
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, I believe the frontal cortex forms for men at 25 and maybe women at 21.
I was going to say mine is not.
And, like, I understand that there's a lot of men out there that never mature. So it's kind of like their mind is still, you know, so I could see the possibility everyone's different. But like Tobey Maguire, he's dating that 20-year-old influencer. He's 47, Mr. Spider-Man, and his daughter is 17. So only 3 years older than his own daughter.
What was the B2K? One of them, or was it B2K?
Yeah. Oh, wait.
Dating.
Is it Omari?
No,
Is it Marcus Houston?
Marcus Houston.
Oh, yeah.
So they met in church, though.
He was in, and she was short. She was
17 or 16, wasn't she, when they met?
She was super young when they met because the weird thing about her is that she was a lost child, you know, and like she got involved with this church and then all of a sudden and that's the thing. I remember they did their thing. Like, we've been together for 10 years and she's 22.
So is it acceptable if you meet him at church? Is it acceptable to date someone you meet? I guess so. I mean, I don't know. I don't go to church. I don't know.
The church is so hard because are you guys familiar with Aretha Franklin's story?
No, really.
Yeah, I mean, and that's the thing. Like, she was the daughter of a famous pastor, and woo. I just got into that, but like allegedly.
Okay, go ahead.
Allegedly, you know, that is. I'm not gonna even say it, but there's just some messed up stuff as far as how she got her first son because she was pregnant at 9 years old.
That's crazy.
On some precious type of stuff.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
Oh.
9 years old is not. I mean, that's
yeah, it's rough. And then who the father could have been, wild. And then it kind of takes me back to like there's like a case in Portugal where there was this 6-year-old who was found pregnant. And that's the thing when it comes to the menstrual cycle, you know, you have to have the menstrual cycle. And sometimes she started early.
At 6?
Yeah, that's how she was able to get pregnant. And so the records are sealed about who did it. And The world is crazy out there. Let these babies age.
As a father myself, I say that you should definitely be able to put that man to sleep, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Like, I'm gonna like you take a dog to the vet. I'm on people should maybe be able to be put to sleep.
You know how like they're on social media, you're not allowed to say the word dead, so they say unalive.
Yeah,
exactly. You realize to unalive.
Yeah, for real.
Wow.
Yeah, there's got to be some consequences for that.
Yeah, and then we have daughters. We feel some type of way about situations.
Yeah.
Let's move on to Kanye West and Bianca's Censori. Is it Censori or Sensory?
We know who you're talking about.
Yeah, Kanye West's new wife. She's out walking around and she exposes her breasts again. She's basically wearing a see-through shirt.
Come on, now you're giving her too much credit because she's not just exposing her breast; she's exposing everything.
Yeah,
she had a see-through outfit on the other day.
Yeah, it was like basically wearing like a plastic bag because you could see right from it, and everything was okay. I mean, it was in its proper places. But at the end of the day, this is like her fourth time being out there.
She's an exhibitionist.
And look, I think her last name is it Censori?
I think it's Censori.
All right, but I just find it interesting that the first four letters of her, or the first five letters of her last name, or six letters, Censor. Censor. She is uncensored out here.
Right.
That's the wrong last name to her.
Bring it in there. That's right.
You know what I'm saying? The uncensory is what we should be calling her because Bianca is she is totally unhinged, bro. Now, Kanye West, we know about his weird his fashion. It's right. He's a Russell Westbrook of hip hop. Let me ask y'all, do y'all think that he's really in love or do y'all think that do you think that he makes her put these outfits on?
I don't pick up any love vibes at all. I don't like when I'm looking at them and they're together. To me, it's more like if somebody has like a poodle and they just carry it around because it looks good, like an accessory. Like I don't see any connection between them. It just looks like she's like a high priced accessory.
When I yeah.
Bianca accessory.
And when I think about, how we talked about Biden and the change over the years, I mean, Kanye has gone through so many eras in his life. The Kanye that we once knew, the Kanye that we thought we knew, it's hard to kind of find out where his headspace is. So for some reason, I kind of feel like that love center that he used to express and that used to feel is just in a different place now. And it's like business Kanye, whatever that means. And I mean...
How would you feel about dating somebody who you know has been hurt so bad that maybe they're not, capable of loving like they once were? How would you feel to know that they really love somebody, but maybe they can't love you the way they love that person? Would that be shit? Yeah.
It's hard as long as all parties are conscious of that, and it's like, how are you gaslighting yourself?
What
The reality.
What do you think is his true love?
Well, he said, someone asked him just recently about Kim and about not being with her anymore. And he goes, we'll be together forever.
Yeah.
And that's very,
Yeah.
that relationship was really, really up and down, constant, crazy, whatever you want to call it. It was public, and they went back and forth, and it very. But a lot of people are saying that Bianca Uncensored is looks like a fake ass Kim Kardashian. That's what a lot of people are saying. So it looks like I'm trying to go after the same.
I mean, I guess if you have a type, you have a type, but I don't know.
But I think that's a really good point as far as. Kim was probably his main one. And then after that, he's just been kind of chasing
the one that got away.
You know how when you're like on Amazon or something and there's like electronics and you could buy something refurbished? I think that humans should come.
Refurbished era?
I think humans should come with like warnings like, done pretty well. This one's been rebuilt, but it's never going to be quite brand new. I would definitely be refurbished.
Are you calling Bianca Sensory the T-Boo version of Kim Kardashian?
She might be the.
Well, that's the thing. If you track
that great value version.
Track his exes, that accessory with Julia Fox and everything.
She's the Build-A-Bear.
Yeah.
She's the Build-A-Bear of relationships. You got your Build-A-Bear.
Oh, Build-A-Bear, bro. She literally is. Obviously, you don't think that she wakes up in the morning. She's like, I'm about to rock. You think that he picks out her clothes like
who knows?
Like
yeah.
a toddler.
Yeah, I think. Well, he did to Kim, so I'm pretty sure that if he did it to Kim, he's probably definitely doing it. I mean, I would I would think that with Kanye at this point that's probably one of his prerequisites for dating is that they let him be, or she's like a muse to him.
A muse is a great keyword. Yeah.
We'll say a Build-A-Bear.
Build-A-Beezy. It's the name of my new store coming soon.
Oh my God, what I would get to be able to build one, like, yeah, I mean, wow, that is a very interesting concept and way to look at it. But yeah, I don't think that she was, I mean, she had a lot of crazy combinations of outfits. She had one day that looked like she was just wearing a V, like a black V, and that was it.
It's, what do they call them? The ones that button underneath.
A unitard?
No, what is it called? Is it I can't remember the call. The one that button in between.
Not a unitard?
I don't know. What do you know? You're
A unitard.
Yeah, would you wear some of the stuff that she wears?
Oh, does she wear clothing?
Not really.
I don't think those are clothes.
Shout out to Kanye West for having such a boy. And the crazy part is he's always like masked up and like, these cups from head to toe, and she's just out there.
He really is extra covered though.
I think that takes the pressure off of him because he can wear like combat boots and like bad sweats and like a horrible sweatshirt and a face mask, so you literally don't have any idea who he is or what. And then she takes all the attention off him because her outfit looked like somebody just blurred.
I'm telling
you,
this is Kanye West in his business era. He's making a lot of quiet moves, right? Because he's always been loud with it. And I think with Bianca and everything, it's just, I don't know. They said that he's retiring from music right now. Are you ready for that Northwest drop?
I am though. I mean, Northwest talks a lot of shit. She talks a lot of crap, or like.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, she got a lot of she has a lot of fashion sense. She's funny. She's
definitely her dad's.
She's definitely her dad.
Girl.
But yeah, I can't wait for this music. I mean, it might. Like, we all just want that old college dropout Kanye West thing. We all have.
Yeah.
But maybe there's some talent.
College dropout, 808s and heartbreaks,
right?
And then as soon as he got to what was it? The album that I just despised. No, one before that.
Dark Twisted Fantasy.
No, I like that one. The one that was rock and roll. It was like hardcore. Was it Black Skin?
Oh God.
Oh God.
Black. Jesus?
I don't remember. It was so bad that none of us know.
It
was really
Black
bad.
Skinhead.
It was something. I don't remember what it was, but it was like it was like a rock and roll album.
Yeah, it was intense.
Yeah, I couldn't do it. I'm
Ultras too. He's had.
What's the one? When Kim was in the video, they're on the back.
Yeah, that's
down.
But I can't remember what its name. But we'll edit that later. But
it's the CD-ROM. It's the
Yeah, I don't.
Jesus. Okay.
Was it Jesus?
Yeah.
Oh, but that single off of it was called Selling.
Black Skin.
Yeah. That's what.
Hey, but Barry, I want to know. So I'm assuming that College Dropout is your favorite by Kanye. Your favorite album?
Yeah. It's
Yeah, that's definitely.
And then I'm gonna go even deeper. Is there a favorite song off of? Because I got that in my car right now.
Good morning.
That's Graduation.
Oh, the Graduation.
Or Low Street Graduation is that? Yeah.
Yeah, that's my jam.
And then there's Late Registration.
Subconscious.
Is that with Jay?
Yeah.
Okay. No. That's Family Affair.
Oh, the one with Jay-Z is
Family Ties.
Yeah, I like that one. So, man, what's that?
I'm already here. In there.
What?
Oh yeah, that karaoke.
College Dropout song is I definitely I'm
a fun.
all down I was in there.
Fun fact is that's what I wake my kids up with. Good morning. And then I play it on the Alexa. Yeah.
Right.
Good morning. That's
and so they probably hate it. I don't think so.
That's a good morning.
I think he sings his own hook.
Oh, Never Let Me Down. Yes, Never Let Me Down.
Got to get.
But I like 808 and Heartbreaks too. I like Sad Kanye too.
Yeah.
Shout out to that Kanye. We want that Kanye West back. We definitely do. Now, are y'all a fan of his shoes?
No.
Did you like his shoes?
I don't like none of them.
I think the same way the Crocs register in my mind is the same place where the Yeezys register.
They did kind of look like
same place.
some modern. Crocs. They had holes in them.
Well, and you know what's so funny about Crocs is that when they made the movie Idiocracy, they were like trying to think of what is a really dumb shoe that is just like that we could like say in the future, but it's like super. And that's how Crocs were introduced.
Oh my gosh, yeah. I remember when Crocs were one of those things where nobody liked them, and then all of a sudden they just became fat. Like it's like they weren't that popular back in the day.
You will never catch me in these streets.
And now they're like $80 for some Crocs, bro.
I'm a
like Champion. Nobody wore Champion when I was a kid.
Hey, I'm a Jordan shoe guy, right? So I like to buy my kids like nice shoes. So my son's mom buys my son a pair of Crocs. And not only does she buy the Crocs, she buys bright yellow, big bird yellow Crocs. Oh, so my son comes home, and here I am, a Jordan guy, a Nike guy, a total sneakerhead. And he walks in my house with those things, and I'm just going to say a little part of me died that day.
You didn't throw them away, though, did you?
No.
Let the man keep it. They're in style. They're in style now, but I mean, yeah.
The brighter, the better, I guess, right?
Yeah, so
Yes.
so you're never gonna be caught dead under the rock.
No. Sports mode. That's the thing. I saw this cute little video because right now there's like a rise. I guess it's always been there of people snatching packages off of the stoops, whatever.
Porch pirates, yeah.
And like there's this video of like now the porch pirates, they're not even waiting. They're like the person comes up before they can even take the picture for confirmation. They already have it snapped.
Oh, yeah, I watched one where the guy, like, as soon as he set it down, the guy ran up and snatched it.
Right.
They're following the FedEx man.
Yeah.
The Amazon dude was standing there, though. He literally set it down, scanned it. Someone ran up, and he just watched them all go off.
But what I love is that this video, there was justice. Because as soon as the porch pirate, like, ran off, literally these kids, these, like, 5 kids, it looked like they were wearing Crocs. Across the street said, "We gonna get him." They run off camera, and then like a good cool 2 minutes later, they all come back like, "Yeah, we got it."
And they got the package back.
They got
with the Crocs.
That's justice, neighborhood justice.
Have you seen that?
Isn't that crazy how our brain just did all that? Like, I was like, yeah, I forgot what we got.
Have you seen the people do the glitter bombs? Like where people come up and get the packages, we put a fake package out there and then go off and like.
I love it when they film it.
Now, I've never been a criminal. Okay, so I don't know how, but this is what they do. They follow the FedEx man.
Well, let me tell you what
Yeah.
They follow these Amazon trucks, and porch pirates are real, man. They are real. It's terrible. That's why everybody needs a Ring doorbell, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Everybody needs a Ring doorbell.
The Ring doorbells are giving great content. I mean, if you have one out here, it might melt, but
It's right. All right, so we are people want to let them. We appreciate y'all for tapping in with us, and make sure you like, subscribe, make sure you comment. Let's get into this modern this dating thing. There was a story. Lee, you saw a story about a lady in Dubai.
Yeah, she broke up with her husband through Instagram. So it would
Like
actually,
an Instagram post.
yeah, an Instagram post. Basically, I'm announcing that I'm divorcing you. We're no longer together, and it was like. It went viral, and yeah, and I guess, not to speak on something that I don't know too much about, but I guess in the Muslim culture, I guess if you announce it 3 times, that's like makes it official. And this was like one of her. I think it was the final.
she did a story post, and a
Yeah,
repost.
exactly. So yeah, so as long as you hit them with all 3, you're good. It's official. So what's the most detached way that you've ever broken up with somebody or been broken up with?
Ooh.
What's the most detached way?
Detached? I mean, besides the good old ghosting, but I'm very direct. I like to tell them exactly why so they don't hit me back later. But ooh. I mean, I remember with the guy I was dating, he was 6'5", but I had some type of dental surgery, and then he like didn't show up, and then he was giving me all these crazy lies, and he said, "Oh, my father died around this time." So it's like really hard for me. And that's what I love about the internet and everything. Because while social media, I feel like adds a little toxic to relationships, the internet gives you access. And so what I did was did some research because I had time. And I looked up his father's obituary because it happened to be online. And it was great. I looked at all the people that like signed the obituary just to get the dates right because I was trying to be a little detective.
Yeah.
And then I found his entry, and then it said, this is where I found out some new information. And it said, I'm glad, because I've been dating this guy for 2 years. And he's like, I'm glad that I was able to give you your only living granddaughter. And the thing is that I never heard a mention of a daughter the whole time I dated. So the next night we were eating dinner, and I just slid over the phone, and I was like, who's Giselle?
Damn.
And he was like, oh, yeah. And he turned out to be a deadbeat dad. And so it's like, and that's the thing is morally and everything. Like, and
6'5" deadbeat dad.
And that's the thing. He was a DJ too. And I was like, he was helping me start my DJ career. So, but it was crazy. The places that we were getting hired at, one of the ladies was like, oh yeah, when he would DJ here, he would run train on all the girls. Can you say that?
You just did it. You just did it.
On all the girls that would come through there. And so like the lore of him just kept on expanding the further away I got from him. But I don't know, people be wild out there.
Shout out to DJ Red Flag.
Hey.
Yo, that's crazy.
Yeah, have you ever had like what as far as breakup stories? What's up? Had to cut him off.
I mean, I've been broken up with over text message.
Ooh, that's cool.
And that one hurts. That one hurts because it's like, and it blocked. It probably blocked.
I went to the bathroom one time at a restaurant and never came back. Does that count?
You did that?
I did a legitimate spin move. I like literally went and I was like, I'm going to be right back. Never came back.
Wow. What about the bill?
We didn't even get that far.
Oh, damn.
I'm always a kid. It was cat water out of that situation. I was like, you are not who you say you are, and I gotta go.
It was a catfish situation.
Have you been catfish, baby?
No, I've never been catfish. Not well. I mean, I didn't believe it that the person was real. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it didn't get to the point where I was consider myself, being catfish. But I mean, I've definitely had people that tried to, say that they were somebody, and you figure it out.
Have you ever been hatfished?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And some of these guys out here look so good with their hats. I swear. But yeah.
See, I go the other way. See, I start out like this, and then I put on, they're like, oh, you look good with that hat. You gotta go the other way. You know what I mean? So that way they're like, damn, you look kind of good with that hat. You can't start out with it. You go the other way.
Your catfish stories.
Well, okay. So this guy, it's not that he was pretending to be someone else.
Mm-hmm.
It's that he was presenting pictures 40 pounds ago.
What?
So he was looking a little different. I was like, I know it's you, but it just looked like, wow, bro, it was so cute because he was so sincere, but it's like kind of hard when they start with a lie.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of like you start, okay, are you lying about this? Come up front. I know it's scary, but it's so much easier to tell the truth, and it takes a lot of work to play a role.
I don't know how somebody could send a picture knowing it doesn't look anything like them and then show up. Now, if you're never going to meet each other, I get it.
Yeah.
But how do you sit across from somebody knowing damn well that you don't look like the person that you sent them?
I mean, it's scary. With the development of AI, they can do your voice, they can probably even do videos, do it like how they do with
It ain't just Photoshop.
Oh, well, filters too.
Yeah.
Filters too.
That's just that filters are dangerous.
They can be convoluted. It can be interesting in these times. I mean, because like you said earlier, you have the internet and you have social media that adds a certain dynamic to a relationship that can be toxic. And then there's good things about it. Like, how do y'all feel about the new the dating scene now? And these cats are saying that they got riz, right? And and then they're just asking girls, "This is how you ask a girl for a number now." I just recently found this out. All you do is just be like, "Hey, girl, what's good? What's your Instagram?" And then she gives you Instagram because obviously the girl wants an extra follower, And then you slide in the DM, and that's how you ask for the phone number. That ain't rich, bro. That is. I'm from an era where you saw a girl that you like, you walk right up to her, hey, what's going on? How you doing? What's your name? And then you ask for the number.
Yeah, I'm from an era where you had to meet them 10 times before you even got to that. Meet up to a friend, and then it like developed into something. I mean,
Well, it's scary being on the dating like apps and everything because you totally fall into that because you're trying to figure out this person has their Instagram handle on the thing. So are they trying to meet people or are they just trying to get followers? And a lot of them are just trying to get clout.
see, my problem is I treat online dating like Amazon. And so, like, I just put a bunch of things on my wish list, and the next thing you know, I'm talking to like 10 different people. And I'm like, I don't know if I really want to buy any of them, but I got them all on my wish list.
In the cart, bro.
They're in the cart. Yeah, exactly. I'm like, oh, this one, this one is on sale now.
I don't have very much experience with dating apps, but apparently they're just hookups. Is that true?
They could be, but the weird thing is about it, like years ago when Tinder was still like, you know, I actually met the love of my life through Tinder.
What? Found Tinderoni?
And so at the end of the day, it's not the app, it's the people using it.
Yeah.
So you just have to kind of keep on it. That's really my best advice as far as like, yeah, you're going to go through a lot of trash, but if you're really committed and you want to make hold conversation, you got to put work. And it is like a separate job.
So when you're on the dating apps, what you want to do is you want to look for someone like Tina and avoid somebody like me. Who's just going to put you on the wish list. Keep you in the cart.
But it's hard. It's harder for guys, you know?
Yeah, it's harder for guys,
Yeah.
for sure.
It's, I don't know. A lot of women get a lot of choices, but sometimes it's hard because it's, you're waiting to, with some of these apps, you have to message them first for them to be able to message you. So
I got a confession.
yeah.
You just reminded me of something. I got a confession.
Well, go ahead, bro. We love confessions right here on Keep It 111.
Okay, so here's my confession.
Don't keep it a buck. Keep it 111.
On the dating apps, I write one good message, and then I cut and paste it. Y'all are getting the same intro message. All y'all.
I want to know this intro message now.
I'm not ready for that part.
Yeah.
I can't tell you exactly what's in the intro message.
You're saving time.
Y'all gotta cut and paste. I got time for to give you all a good Riz-filled,
let them
intro.
Let them
You guys only one.
You hit it with a generic message like that?
Well, I mean,
You just change the name?
No, you get the name. It's just like, hey,
Hey,
give us like a
like, hey, I'd love to know more about you. Blah 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 blah. That whole thing. Bam, cut paste. I'm out. 10 of them. Bam, 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 bam. That's a numbers game.
it's real.
Damn, that's sure.
Yeah, exactly. I'm all delete that. If you have any interest in dating me, please don't watch this episode.
So we are a Valley, and there's a lot of places to go to out here. We want to make sure that we highlight in each episode. We want to highlight, something about the valley that we live in, the valley that we hail from. This is Keep It 111 podcast, and we are obviously out here for Palm Springs. Now, dating spots, and go to dating spots with something that we all kind of wanted to talk about. So hit it with
So I love that we're bringing this up because literally the other day my girl's like, I haven't been on a date in a while. Where do I go? And the thing is, when you're looking for a restaurant, do not let the price point, just because it's an expensive restaurant, doesn't mean it's going to be a good vibe. And so like when I think about really beautiful restaurants that are so aesthetically pleasing that you feel like you're somewhere, there's an intimacy, the Del Rey. That's right in Palm Springs, and it's within a like type of resort. It's like across the street from Ace Hotel, and there's something about it that's so seen. Like it's almost like a speakeasy vibe that you're into this world. And I love it when they have real trees that are inside. So it's that freaking Greek. And then there's it's called Tequila. Right off the strip in Palm Springs. I love it because it gives a little LA vibe, but everything is delicious. It's a Mexican spot. They have like forestry and everything in there, so it's a scene
Nice.
and everything. And I mean, there's also in Palm Desert. What I love about dating in Palm Desert is that El Paseo, you can eat at the restaurant and then you can go to all the mini galleries.
Yes.
You know, and you can just walk and digest your food. That's what I really love. Yeah. Sun's down, you're not burnt.
Walk and digest your food,
Right?
like
Yeah.
Yeah, I love El Paseo. El Paseo is really nice.
Shout out to Kitchen 86. I'm also my date spot.
Yeah.
It's my date. So I'm also, if I've ever taken you there, you're the only one.
Right. Look at it. That's right. No copy
I
paste.
swear.
And that's the thing. It's like, I don't know. I think Palm Desert is a fun place to take dates on. And Palm Springs is fun too, but that gallery aspect on Palm Desert is like undeniable. And then in La Quinta, you've got Old Town La Quinta, which there's a brewery, ice cream, all these different things. And it's the restaurants that are there are pretty nice. You got stuffed pizza, and it just depends on what type of level. Because I love how you could go to a chain. There's Yard House, that's fine. But what if you want something more close to the desert, like stuffed pizza was originated out here?
So does where somebody takes you to a date, what is that? Does that tell you something about them?
Yeah.
Or about their intentions?
Oh, 100%.
So if I take somebody to a fancy restaurant, then my intentions are this. And if I say that we're going to go on a Starbucks date,
well, what I love...
Does that tell you that I'm broke?
Well, no, but I mean, because I've been to like coffee dates first, because sometimes you just want to meet face to face, you know, and sometimes you learn a lot. You get through that catfish area,
right?
You know, it's like, okay, before we start spending them, let's get to know who you are. And at the end of the day, if they're someone that is supposed to be in your life, it doesn't really matter where you find yourself. It's going to be a good time. And like, shout out to the Lavender Bistro in the Old Town La Quinta. I had a guy take me there. And what I love is the live music aspect. You got someone serenading everyone with this guitar, and you get all the lights, a little fire. Shout out to Sammy G's too. That's also a good place.
Have you ever been to Mr. Parker's? Or inside the Parker Palm Springs?
Oh,
No?
I haven't eaten there, but I've been there.
Yeah, the one that's got the big sign up there that says drugs. Yeah, so they have drugs. It's like their iconic sign, but they have a super cool restaurant in there.
Mhm.
It's, a little pricey, but the food is fire and the vibe is amazing. And that's like, if I take you there, if I take you to Mr. Parker's
Special.
or Castelli's,
Castelli.
I'm really trying to get to know you. If I take you to Starbucks, it means I'm not sure if I want to know you yet.
If you could pass the Starbucks.
Yeah, then you can get to Mr. Parker.
Trying to get into the ground.
But with the Castellis, I remember the last time I was there, and you guys know the actor Martin Short from the Three Amigos back in the 90s, saying what's up? He was there playing the piano.
Nice.
Just randomly. Yeah.
Castelli's.
So you never know what's going to happen.
Castelli's is good Italian food.
And that's a good thing about the Valley is that, this is kind of like a hideout for the celebrities. They come out here. There's a lot of celebrities houses out here.
Shout out to
restaurants.
Miss Kim K.
Mm-hmm.
Their whole family got 3 houses out here now.
Let me
And
get one.
They really moved in, yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, it's not just for Coachella Fest. I mean, there's celebrities that really do, have a vested interest in this talent. And it's not out of the norm, to see, or out of the realm of possibility to walk into a restaurant and see a celebrity like Martin Short playing the piano.
Right? And then I remember when I was at the white party in Palm Springs. Of course, I'm one of the only women there. I saw Barry Manilow.
Ooh, I love
living his best life.
Hey, look, so and just fun fact, like, when I tell people my name is Barry, they're like, Jerry? I'm like, no, Barry. Like, and I don't want to say, because there's a lot of white folk out here, all right? I don't want to say like Barry White, or like Barry Bonds. I say like Barry Manilow, and they say,
You know that connects.
Barry. And then I always hit it off the really, yes.
Right, knowing which Barry, which you know which one
Barry
that.
Manilow, like, nice.
Right? When you say the mayor,
I don't. I don't. That's a nickname that was bestowed upon me.
Yeah.
I didn't.
How did you get that nickname?
Yeah.
Nightclub days. I used to run a lot of nightclubs out here, and I believe it was my cousin who actually gave me the nickname the Mayor, because he said I was always out, because wherever we'd go, anywhere in town, I'd see people I knew because they knew me from the nightclub, and everyone wants to be the friends of the guy who runs the nightclub. So he said, he's like, what are you, like, running for mayor? He's like, you're always shaking hands and kissing babies. And it just stuck. And it was the mayor from then on. I was shaking hands and kissing babies.
Shaking hands and
I was thinking, how, with the nightclub scene that you used to know to the nightclub scene now, what do you think of it?
It's not even close.
The game changed?
The game has changed. There used to be a nightlife where you could go out and you could hit certain spots and you always knew there was going to be people there.
Mm-hmm.
You'd always see the same people. There's always be like certain groups of people. You could go on any night, on a Tuesday, on a Thursday, and you knew that somebody was going to be there.
Yeah.
And now it's just so hit and miss. You don't know who's going to be where. You don't know what's popping. And there's only a couple spots now. There used to be spots in Palm Desert, in Rancho Mirage, and everywhere in Palm Springs. And now there's like a couple in Palm Springs, and that's kind of
really. I think it's the time. It's the extinction of the promoter. Yeah.
There used to be nightclubs.
Yeah.
Now there's bars with music.
That's exactly what it is. It's a war, low key.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yeah, big time.
Now life has changed. Well, we want to thank everybody for tapping in with us. This is Keep It 111, and we always appreciate everybody. Like, subscribe, comment. Please follow us, and you can follow our individual social medias. Well, anything
you can follow us on all social medias at Keep It 111 Podcast. So pretty much anywhere you want to find us, Keep It 111 Podcast.
And what I love is that we're not only on all social medias, including YouTube, but we're on Spotify, Apple Podcasts. So if you want the audio and just kind of sit back and listen to us, you have that option. And shout out to the team right here.
Yeah.
Right? Shout out to the team.
And you can also find us on Tinder.
Hey.
Maybe not.
For one of the uncensored episodes, I have some fun. But we are going to be back the next episode. Make sure y'all follow, like, subscribe, do all that, and we love y'all. And remember, don't keep it a buck, keep it 111.
Thanks for tuning in to the Keep It 111 podcast with the Mayor, B.Long and Tina Turntables. Follow us on all social media platforms, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and of course, share with your friends. For business inquiries, email us at keepit111podcast@gmail.com, and remember, don't keep it 100, keep it 111.